Oh, 3 videos. Oh my god, I'm stuttering over all of my words, and I feel so bad because the last 2 were so bad with so many time skips, and I feel like they were so confusing, and I'm so sorry. But this one is, Eddie. It's the first episode of the campaign one, and we're gonna say that two of his players are on the basketball team, so they needed 2 subs, and they got Erica and you. Both you and Erica have some serious sass going on. I'd like to point that out. Erica's more sassy, you're more sarcastic, so there's this thing that exists. Anyways, let's get on with it. You weren't really labeled as anything in school. You were just the quiet kid that sat in the corner. That's it. No one bothered you. You didn't bother anyone. Although, when people did bother to get to know you, you were quite sassy. More of a sarcastic way, but still sassy. You had known about everything that happened with Will. You'd known about the Demogorgon, the Upside Down, you knew about Elle, you knew about everything. But you were friends with everyone still. Dustin was, however, by far your favorite. You knew him since he was a baby. Granted, being a senior and him being a freshman, you were a bit older than him. So once of age, you babysat him, you were friends, you did everything together. You were the one who taught him how to play. You were the one who originally got him into D&D. Then you spread it to Mike, then to Will, then to Lucas. And you were there when they found Elle, and you were there through everything. And he really appreciated that. You were like his big sister. You call him his little brother, and he calls you big sister, and everyone's so confused all the time. They were like, I didn't know there was another Henderson, but your last name was Carter. Sorry, that's my go-to last name. You can just make something up if you'd like. Once, Dustin and Lucas brought you up in a story, and everyone in Hellfire was so confused. There was another person playing D&D, let alone a girl, not recognizing the description of you, matching the shy, quiet kid from school. Matching it to the shy, quiet kid from school, they tried to look at everyone else except for you, which you found funny, and you told Dustin and Lucas not to say anything, and just, if they ever needed a sub or 2, that you and Erica were most likely open. Today was that day. Here was Dustin Henderson in front of you, asking you to be a sub for one of Eddie's sadistic campaigns. You of course said yes and asked who's getting Erica, and he responded with, Mike's already at the middle school getting her. So, will you come? I say, yeah, of course, Dustin. When have you known me not to show up to a campaign? He laughs and says, thank you. Maybe you can even get one of your t-shirts if Eddie likes you. You laugh and tell him, I don't need a t-shirt, but thanks, Dustin. How are you and Susie? Pretty good. I talked to her this morning. I got her to change my grades. Of course. I'm not surprised. You know, Dustin, if you ever need to study, then I'm here, okay? Thank you. Of course. Anytime, Dustin. See you at the campaign. Yeah, never mind. Meet me at my car, because I don't know where I'm going. Okay, see you there. We'll come and get you. Okay, will you have Erica? No, I'll have Mike drop her off. I'll have Mike go with her, and I'll come and get you. Okay, sounds good, Dustin. After a while of waiting at your car, Dustin comes to get you. You ready to go? Mm-hmm. All set. I've got everything I need. You have a picture of your character that you always carry around. You're a level 16. No, I'm going to say level 20. You're a level 20 in whatever character you choose to make up. And you've always beat the boys' campaigns. You don't know what to expect from Eddie, though. You've heard he's some pretty gnarly campaigns, and needless to say, you were excited. The boys told you probably shouldn't get your hopes up in winning, because Eddie was just too good. But you still considered the fact that you could win. Considering that you had Erica, who's a level 14, and me, what way? There was a pretty high chance that you could win. There were some really good odds of you winning. And you were ecstatic about it. After seeing Mike and Erica waiting outside the room for you two, you decide to go in. Once Eddie sees you two, his eyes go to Erica and then flicker over to you. He has to take a double take. Holy shit. You were fucking hot. You were hot? You played D&D? No way. He was fucking dreaming. There was no way that someone that looked like you played a freak game. D&D, played a satanic ritual game. There was no freaking way. You couldn't believe it. You asked for 2 subs, and we delivered. Okay, I accept the one that looks relatively towards my age, but the kid? Absolutely not. This is Hellfire Club, not Babysitting Club. I'm 11, you long-haired freak. The child speaks. Eddie, right? Oh, my reputation precedes me. Hello there. Yeah, my name's Eddie Munson. Okay, pleasure to meet you. Me and Erica have been playing probably for longer than you have, so I suggest you sit your dumb ass down and stop talking like it's your mother's book club. You and Erica fist bump and both ask simultaneously. So are we gonna do this or what? What are your characters? Level 2 rogue and level 1 dwarf? You explain your character and Erica explains hers. Eddie looks at you shocked and sticks out both of his hands towards you two. Says, "Welcome to Hellfire." Both of you smirk at each other and sit down at the table. After the campaign, and you and Erica completely clutching the win, Eddie walks up to you and asks, so I've got this drug deal thing going on at my house. Would you like to... This is awkward. I'm not good at this, I'm sorry. Would you like to come to my house and after the drug deal, who I'm giving drugs to leaves, would you like to watch a movie with me or something? You look at him and ask, Eddie, are you asking to take me out on a date right now? He looks at you shocked and said, no, it's just hanging out, you know? Yeah, just hanging out. You look at him and smirk and say, sure. Have the boys told you about me yet? No, I never even caught your name. What is it? My name's Ryan Carter. You're the infamous Carter? That I am. You taught them how to play. I did. Holy shit. Oh, this is amazing. We've always tried to match your face. Yeah, it was the only one I saw. I saw. You had one guess per day. And you cannot just seem to look in the corner in the shadows to find me. That is very sad, Eddie. Very sad. I'm almost ashamed. I don't think I could go to someone who could even find me. I don't think I can. Oh, come on, please, sweetheart. I'm messing with you. Sure, I'll go. Who's this drug deal with anyways? I'll tell you in the car. You climb into the passenger seat of his van while he climbs in the driver's seat. You look in the back to see Chrissy Cunningham. What the fuck? Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Ryan. I know it's awkward me being here, but I promise I'm just gonna pick it up and go. Hey, Chrissy. I know about your eating disorder and how your parents don't respect it. I get it. There's a lot of things about me people don't respect that they probably should. I get it, girl. You're not alone. She gives you a thankful smile, and you guys have a peaceful trip back home. You contemplate talking to Chrissy more, but then realize she probably doesn't want that. Considering she's going to Eddie Munson's house for a drug deal, you figured she's not in the chattiest mood. This is gonna be longer. Once you get there, Eddie asks you for your help on finding the actual drug, because he had misplaced it. You ask Chrissy if she's going to be okay, and she responds with a measly, "Yeah, I think I'll be fine." You pat her shoulder, nervous, and give her a nervous smile and say, "Okay, if you say so," and walk off with Eddie to help find him, and help him find the drug. The drugs, plural. Once you go back, you see you see Chrissy, and her eyes have rolled to the back of her head, and she looks out of it. Eddie's waving his hand in front of her and shouting her name, but there's no response coming from Chrissy. You stand there with a confused look on your face and kind of just stand there puzzled and scared. Eddie turns back at you and just understands how you feel, but he needs to figure out what's happening with Chrissy, so he lets you stay back and just tries to get Chrissy to wake up. Snapping in her face and hitting her shoulders and shaking her doesn't work. He's shouting her name and she's not responding, and at one point she begins to float, levitate, and her feet are off the ground. Eddie's backing up and he eventually reaches you. He takes you into his arms and you both back up together. Chrissy suddenly flies to the ceiling and just kind of sits up there, up until her bones start snapping in every direction that they're not supposed to go. Everything's going in the wrong place, everything's misplaced, and after that she just falls to the ground. You and Eddie run for the car, just dash out of there as fast as you can. Eddie's panicking, you're panicking, but you tell him that you both need to calm down and think. You both need to just calm down and think about this. You eventually make it to a safe spot. He tells you it's where he gets his drugs from this guy named Rick. You don't ask many questions, but you both go hide out in the boathouse. You and Eddie are scared for your lives, so you're sitting close to each other, trying to acknowledge each other's presence. You give him a look and tell him, you know everyone's gonna think it was us, right? Both freaks who like to play a fantasy game. Our main targets. We would be from the start, even if it wasn't at your house. Eddie, what are we gonna do? He shakes his head and just puts an arm around your shoulder and pulls you in, so he can have a better feeling that you're here and not on the ceiling. He just stares at the wall in front of him and says, I don't know what we're gonna do. Whatever happens, I promise you won't do that. I promise, Eddie. I promise. Looking down at you, seeing you with your eyes closed, peacefully laying on him, he smiles and looks back at the wall, closes his eyes, and eventually dozes off into a very light sleep. If he hears anything, he wakes up. That's exactly what happens. Before you'd gone to sleep, while you were asleep, he'd put a tarp over the two of you. He hears someone come in. He picks up a broken beer bottle next to him. He shakes you awake and tells you to be quiet. You hear what he's hearing, but then hear Dustin's voice. You try and calm Eddie down, but he doesn't calm down. He eventually pops out at from under the tarp, and lo and behold, everyone's there, and Eddie has a glass bottle held to the throat of no one other than Steve Harrington. I'm gonna make a part 2 for this shit. 17 minutes long. That's too long for me. Anyways, bye.